industry to introduce to these children the benefits and the wonder of science and tying it in some sort of an amazing partnership that they're going to describe back to food and nourishment and the nourishment of our community. And here to tell us more about it, we have our executive director of the Franklin Food Bank, Mr. Derek Smith. We have the chief, Steve White, of the COSI organization, and the president of the Franklin Food Bank, Mr. Barry Gilmore. So, Derek, tell us about this brand new partnership.
Yeah, thank you so much, PJ. This partnership has been in the works for about a year now. The president and CEO of COSI is an old friend of mine. And he was telling me about this amazing program that they designed during the pandemic to ensure that families were still able to educate their children in the areas of STEM. And he told me that one of the things that was perhaps most successful coming out of the pandemic was being able to introduce the STEM kits to the families through relationships with local food pantries. And when he told me this, of course, I was really excited. Amazing way for us to partner with COSI to bring it to the community. We reached out to the principal, Hennessy Miles, here at Pine Grove Manor. This school, an amazing school with an amazing new principal, is a school in our own community here at the food bank. There are so many of our clients that we are proud to support and serve that come to the food bank. So the idea of actually bringing together like a triad, COSI, Pine Grove Manor, and the Franklin Food Bank as a way to feed hungry minds and feed hungry lives. And that is not a quote that I came up with. My brother Stephen from COSI came up with it. He'll go into much more detail about the program, which is not only something that we are so proud we were able to bring here to Franklin, but something that their organization has brought across the country and across the globe. So the last thing I'll say before I pass the mic to my brother, we were thinking about how do you help to address in education something called slide, which is oftentimes in the summer, even during holiday breaks, a lot of students are sliding academically because they're not exposed to academic enrichment as they would be during the regular day. Similarly, in schools where there's high free and reduced lunch, like this school in particular, the students are not exposed to nutritious meals every day. So why not come together with COSI to put a program in place right before the students go out on midwinter break, so that way they have some academic enrichment that they can do over the next week, as well as some food, some non-perishables and some perishables that they're able to bring home and feed their families. So to me, this was a match made in heaven. We're so excited to be a part of it. And again, Stephen is going to explain in greater detail what this relationship means to them, to us, and to the larger community that they've been able to serve over the last 12 to 18 months.
And we are so blessed to have him here now in Franklin Township. Now, just for Franklin, STEM, science, S, T, technology, E, engineering, M, math. Stephen White, who is COSI. Tell us who you are and a little bit more about COSI and, again, your perspective on the partnership established now with the Franklin Food Bank.
Well, first off, thank you, PJ, for having us here today. We're excited about this partnership. As Derek mentioned, we're here today to help launch a partnership right here in New Jersey. And we're starting right here. And we're starting here because we want to serve children and meet them where they live, where they learn, and where they lounge. And so Derek talked about this idea of the slide. And we recognize coming out of the pandemic, there's been some challenges, particularly around some of the learning loss that's happened. So we developed these kits, which is what you see here. We call them learning lunchboxes. There's no food in the kit, but what we do is we always try to marry it with a food bank to help feed hungry lives and feed hungry minds. So what's happening here, which I'm really excited about behind us, is that these families are receiving this nourishment for their body, but then also nourishment for their minds with these kits. We are actually passing out our NASA learning lunchboxes. This is all around inspiring the kids around not only STEM, but going to the moon and going to Mars. In about 2 years or so, we're going to be landing the first woman on the moon, the first person of color.
The first person of color who happens to be a woman. And how appropriate on this very last day of International Women's Month.
That's right. And so we want to inspire the kids to say, you too can be walking on the moon, and you too can be walking on Mars when you grow up as well. And what we heard today from the students was the excitement to be able to say, right here in our community, we can have the next astronaut, we can have the next engineer. And so these kits are filled with 10 hours of content. So they get to build their own moon base, shoot off their own rocket. We actually shot some rockets off inside to be able to do that as well. It was a lot of fun. And they're really excited. They're going to take these home, do them together as a family, so that way they can grow together. And again, we want to thank the Franklin Food Bank here for their incredible leadership to be able to make this program a reality. Our president and CEO, Dr. Frederick Bertley, and Derek know each other, and they had a meeting of the minds and said, let's do this right here in the community. And we've been able to make it happen to serve hundreds of kids and families in our community.
So exciting. Tell us what's in the box.
Okay, so what's in the box? So they're going to get a bunch of really cool things here. This is a partnership with not only NASA, but the White House. So they're going to get a fun board game. This was built in partnership with the Vice President's office, Vice President Kamala Harris and her team, where they're going to get a chance to play a board game and learn about all the different types of careers in space. They're also going to have the opportunity to shoot off a rocket inside the kit here, replicating what we call the Artemis rocket, the SLS rocket. They're going to make a moon base. They're also going to learn about craters on the moon and make their own craters. And then they're also going to parachute back down to the Earth. So we show to them the full spectrum of how we're going to go back to the moon and how we're going to return back here to Earth. And they're going to have it indeed an opportunity to become what we call the next Artemis generation. They're going to receive a certificate from NASA that says that congratulations, you've become the next Artemis generation to go to the moon.
How exciting, how thrilling for a child who has not been exposed to this, to the breadth of this opportunity. And we're so thrilled that you're introducing this to our community and that you're conjoining it on a nourishment level as far as intellect.
Absolutely.
Intellect and exposure to this type of learning, which everyone needs to be aware of. The expansion of the mind, and which is made only possible when we have bellies that are full, Franklin. We have not to ever forget that we are talking about nourishment. We're talking about availability of food from the Franklin Food Bank, which is one of the heartfelt organizations that the Franklin Reporter and Advocate totally supports. We do want to tell you quickly about the Ambassador Program, which is something at franklinfoodbank.org that you may sign up for a monthly donation of as small as $10, Derek, I think, and Barry, as small as $10 that you painlessly are able to give to the Franklin Food Bank every single month. And all of those donations add up to a tremendous buying power that the Franklin Food Bank then is able to purchase things of such a wide variety. It's just an extraordinary organization. But for your benefit, again, it's an amazing organization who addresses need. And the need is always out there. It may be your neighbor tomorrow, and the next day it could be you. So you're paying it forward, Franklin. franklinfoodbank.org. Sign up for the Ambassador Program. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Barry Gilmore, who is the president of the Franklin Food Bank. Yes?
That's correct, president of the board.
Tell us, thank you so much, Stephen. This is an amazing program. Tell us about your take about this program and the rest of the story with the food bank.
Well, how inspirational. Thank you, Stephen, for being here. Thank you, Cozy, for what a great partnership. It's such ingenuity. It's such innovation, such and heartfelt message, and we're grateful. Really, thank you for this partnership. To Derek for his energy to bring the program all together, to bring it here to Franklin Township, the first site in New Jersey. Really, really a big step, right? A big step. So, PJ, you and I have been at so many events together.
Yeah.
You're a great spokesperson for the Franklin Food Bank.
Thank you.
What I like to say is that this township has been so good to the Franklin Food Bank. Franklin Township has been so good to the Franklin Food Bank. This event is just one example of where we want to try to be so good back to the township. It is a formula that just works here. It just works. We welcome anyone who has any need to come to us. We'll welcome you with open arms, and that's our message. So we do things like this to touch the community. At the same time, we're grateful to the community. It's a cycle that just worked. So thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, PJ.
Just tell us what's going on right now with food distribution. I see that there are cars driving up, there are boxes being given out. Is this a regular feature of what the food bank does?
It is absolutely. So, we're in difficult times, unfortunately. And so, the inflation has been hard for all of us. And it's especially difficult in the supermarket. We're also coming out of a period where, unfortunately, STEM benefits have been reduced. Those two things colliding have created an extremely difficult situation for many families, right? And so if you come to the food bank on any day, you'll see lines. Unfortunately, we do our best to get our clients through the food bank and make it as pleasant as we possibly can. But the truth is the lines are long and the demand is high. We have great partners that supply all kinds of nutritious food. We have great focus on produce and great focus on the food that we think will enrich the lives of our clients. And we try to stay away from the unhealthy stuff as much as we can because there's real demand. And healthy food is expensive also. True. And so we try to make sure the food that we contribute is healthy. We try to just have our clients in mind. It's the way the whole process works.
Which is where your contributions come in, Franklin, where you make this possible to provide not only availability, but selection and to the best health of your community. You enable the food bank to do all of this. And I know there are several programs that you're embarking on. The Community Relations Bureau is on it's Hamilton Street, correct? Hamilton Street and Franklin Boulevard. And you do food distributions how frequently? Derek, you want to come over and address that?
Thank you.
Okay.
Never going to turn down the microphone.
Thank you, Barry.
Thanks, Barry. Yeah, so first Wednesday of every month, we do community distribution at the CRB, corner of Hamilton and Franklin. We serve over 800 families first Wednesday of every month. We do not check for ID. There's no means testing of any kind. If you need food, please come. We're here to support and serve. As PJ has said to you many times, there are so many of us in our community that are a check away, unfortunately a divorce away, a layoff away. There are all kinds of reasons why people are dealing with food insecurity. And food insecurity is just a symptom of a larger economic problem that we're dealing with in this country. But the Franklin Food Bank, fortunately, is here to be able to support and serve. We do that through 3 programs. The Client Choice Program, which is our food pantry, open 5 days a week. What you all were just talking about, community distribution, first Wednesday of every month. And then a program that I'm extremely proud of, and that's the Beyond Borders program. We have 42 agencies that we support that had a difficult time, especially during the pandemic, sourcing food for their own families. We were able to source extra food and provide to them. So those are 3 different programs that we're running. And this year we launched a program with Hillcrest where we're doing a backpack program with them. And now this partnership with COSI and Pine Grove Manor. There's so many interesting ideas that we're kind of cooking up in the gumbo pot, ready to bring to this school, ready to bring to this community. So unfortunately, yes, this is a very difficult time that we're in with soaring grocery prices and inflation. But my goodness, the partnerships, the dedication, the inspiration that's out there, people truly want to help. You can just feel the energy here today, and really look forward to Franklin continuing to hold hands to try to eradicate food insecurity in our town and beyond.
Well, we certainly thank you, Derek. This is your first anniversary. I think you just celebrated, yes?
14th was when I became the ED. I volunteered at the food bank for years and years and years and was on the DEI committee. But yeah, a year as the ED, it's been incredible. Barry has been an outstanding thought partner and board president. Not just saying that because he's my boss, but he's been a good dude and he's really helped me along the way. And I've also had incredible partnerships, including the one with Stephen and COSI. So excited to see what the future will bring.
Well, we are so excited about all the innovation that you personally, Derek Smith, have brought to the Franklin Food Bank. We once again thank you so much, Stephen White from COSI, Center of Science and Industry. If somebody wants to be in touch with you for whatever reason, how do they do that?
Yeah, check us out at cosi.org, where you can learn all about not only this amazing program with the Learning Lunchbox, but then also some of our free digital programs that we have, what's called COSI Connects, where we offer free learning opportunities to engage. So cosi.org, check it out.
Okay, wonderful. We appreciate that. We educate the minds and we feed the bodies and we feed the souls all at the same time. It's an amazing partnership. We thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, Franklin. Derek, just one more quickie. Somebody needs the food bank.
Yes.
In addition to franklinfoodbank.org, is there a phone number?
Yes, and why am I drawing a blank on the phone number right now? I have too many things running through the mind. I am so sorry. franklinfoodbank.org.
Address.
Get us on 224 Churchill Avenue, right here in Somerset. I am so sorry, I'm blanking on the phone number. But again, 224 Churchill Avenue, right here in Somerset, on the border of Somerset and Franklin, and franklinfoodbank.org. Come to the website. We are here to support you all here in Franklin. Whatever you need, please reach out. We're here to support you. If you would like to donate some time, we are looking for volunteers always. If you're looking to donate some money,
That's good to know.
we are looking for money always. However you can figure out a way to support the work that we're doing, let us know. And if you are in need, no shame in the game, no stigmas. As you all have heard me say over and over again, from bikes to Benzes, when you come to our parking lot at the food bank, that's what you will see. No questions asked. If you have a need, we're here to support you.
Okay, we thank you again, Franklin Food Bank, COSI, Barry, Derek, Stephen, for all you are doing, for all you intend to continue to do, feeding hungry minds and hungry bodies and hungry souls. franklinfoodbank.org. We'll be back, Franklin. Franklin reporter and advocate.
How many kids we have left?